Good evenings, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. How yous doing? I am Chad from CD Shave. Tonight we're just doing a regular head shave. Tonight we are going to use Taylor of Old Bond Street. I'm not reviewing any products. I used a pre-shave of Phoenix Ice Mentholated Pre-Shave Soap. And we're going with my Omega Synthetic S brush with the beechwood handle. Razor Rock German 37, Razor Rock German 37 with the first use on a feather blade. So doing that. So we're just going to go ahead and do a regular head shave tonight. We're not reviewing anything. I just figured I would do a video and, just kind of go over some of the stuff I do. And actually, you know what? I started to shave, and then I wanted to kind of share a story. I want to share a story with you guys. You see, I have a daughter, and she's in Girl Scouts. So I help run her Girl Scout troop, for her. And as all of you, or some of you may know, with the Girl Scouts comes selling those friggin' cookies. So tonight, we had a little bit of an event that happened. You see, we wanted the girls to get excited about selling cookies. So we said, for every single one of you that sells cookies, or for every single one of you that sells 100 boxes, you get to throw a pie at one of us. We thought that'd be cool. So they kind of were like, okay, whatever. They didn't really get excited. Well, we meet at a local fire station. So I went next door to the firefighters and said, look, you guys care if they throw pies at you guys, just to kind of get them excited? Would you guys be up for volunteering for that? And they absolutely did. They said, absolutely, without a doubt, we'll do it. Manchester Fire Department, love you guys. Thank you guys very much for everything you did tonight. So I get there, and of course, they said, well, we're not doing it unless you do. Thanks. So I had to get pies thrown at me. I was kind of hoping to get out of that this year. Anyway, so some of you are probably saying, what the hell does this have to do with shaving? I'm getting there. So we decided to use just whipped cream. We didn't put anything in the pies because we didn't want anybody to get hurt. We didn't want to put a hard crust in there or anything like that, So we just did these metal, disposable tins with some whipped cream in there, and we let the girls go to town and throw it at us, one at a time. Now, problem with whipped cream is it sours really fast. And any of you that have ever had a baby throw up milk on you, you'll know it stinks. It freaking gets into everything. It absolutely sucks. And so, sorry, just trying to get the angle here. So, as much as I was happy to do it, the girls ended up throwing like 20-something pies. They sold a lot of cookies. So, good for them. So, I got some pies thrown at me, because some of them really wanted to forego the firefighters and thought it would be hilarious to throw it at me instead, which, whatever, I'm all for the cause. But that shit gets in everything. I mean, it smells. So I got home, I immediately took my clothes, and they're soaking. And I just took a shower, and I was planning on shaving my head, and that's all I can smell is that sour milk smell. And I thought it was me, and I used a really good body soap and stuff like that, but it's not. It's actually, it was in my nose. Stay with me. I'm getting there and what this has to do with shaving. So I said to myself, well, it's all in my nose, right? And, I'm kind of a heavy scent guy. I like a lot of heavy scents. Those of you that see my videos, you know that. And Taylor of Old Bond Street, this sandalwood is great, and it has a really heavy scent as far as I'm concerned. It's probably one of the heaviest scented soaps I have. And I thought, well, if it's in my nose, I don't really want to smell it. I like the smell of sandalwood. So I stuck my finger in there, took it, and went on each one, inside. I thought, what the frick could happen? A lot. I can't say that I honestly recommend that now. So I did that, thinking, hey, it'll take the smell away, and it did. All I can smell is sandalwood, and it also burns a lot. And boy, this stuff shaves great. I love this stuff. So, having said that, I had also already I had already put the pre-shave soap on my head and had it on my hands still a little bit. So I was kind of going, well, that smells good. And I took a little bit more and rubbed it like this and really got it in there, you know. And then I thought to myself, shit, that has the pre-shave menthol-based soap. Oh, yeah, in case I didn't mention. This is mentholated. I'm pretty sure Phoenix puts on here, I can't read it on my glasses, but I'm sure in all this writing, somewhere on here it says for external use only. Now, I always thought that was funny, that people had to put that on their soaps. It made me wonder, what exactly did people do with these soaps that would constitute the need for the artisans, including Phoenix, to put the warning, external use only, on their soaps? Just think about that for a second. You know how people can be, how stupid people can be. I can't just imagine the realm of possibilities of what people would do with these soaps. I don't know where people would put this, but I never thought of anything externally until tonight. I thought it'd be a great idea to take the smell of sour milk out of your nose. And it did. It really did. However, burn like a motherfucker. And I mean, I didn't like put an entire almond size. It was just like a trace. But wow. And let me tell you, don't do that. It's not a good idea. There are plenty of other things you could probably do, like suck it up, for starters. But I really, really hate that smell. So, I guess the moral of this particular shave is going to be, do not put this shit up your nose. Now, there's probably a whole bunch of wet shavers out there. I'd be willing to bet probably most of you where that would go without saying. But not me. See, I like to travel the path of the unknown. It's also the path of idiocy, I think. Anyway, so I mean, it smells good. It does. It just really, really burns a lot. There was no bleeding involved. Absolutely none. But yeah, so all you wet shavers out there, or don't put that shit in your nose or even like around it. Because I mean, see, the thing, here's what I thought of originally. What made me think of this was, those of you that are in emergency services may or may not know this trick with Vicks Vapor Rub. If you unfortunately go to a scene where there's somebody who has been deceased for a long period of time, or maybe you go into a house where it's not exactly that clean, the trick is, a lot of departments, we got in our bags, we'll have a thing of Vicks Vapor Rub, and you take a smear of it out and you kind of rub it right here. just like under the bridge of the nose. So all you can smell is that. And it doesn't, you can't really see it. It's just clear. And you smell that instead of the dying, decaying body. So anyway, so I thought I didn't have any of that stuff here. And I thought, I kind of went, oh, I thought about that same idea, but I'm pretty sure that, it didn't dawn on me that, hey, stupid, you put that on the outside of your nose, not the inside. So here I am just going to town thinking, oh, the smell's inside my nose. That's where that shit's going to go. And I'm really glad, hindsight being 2020, that I didn't have Vicks Vapor Rub. Because that shit is probably 18 million times, I'm going to guess, more mentholated than any pre-shave soap or any shaving soap, period. That I have anyway. And so, damn. So, son of a bitch, I still smell it a little bit. Anyway, so I'm really glad I didn't have that that Vicks Vapor Rub, because I'm pretty sure if I put that anywhere on the inside, that would probably burn significantly more than that of Taylorville Bond Street. So, those of you, the makers over at good old Taylor, if you were wondering how your product fares at preventing the smells of other things that you don't really want to smell, works great. Yeah, but burns a lot. Burns a lot. And I'm pretty sure the people at Taylorville Bond Street, if you're watching this, are going, what the fuck is wrong with you? But, and you would be right to ask that. But, it's one of those things that seemed like a good idea at the time. It really did. It's like one of those aha moments where you're like, wow, I'm a friggin' genius. Right? Yeah. No, it hurt a lot. Yeah, I wasn't, I'm not liking it. So anyway, so that's my story. And that's what I did tonight. Not one of my brightest moments ever, but good entertainment value anyway. Incidentally, shave is going fantastic. Taylorville Bond Street, man, you can't beat that stuff at all. I got a whole ton of shaving soaps, and that is one of my favorites by far, both in scent and performance. It's a very forgiving soap, because I don't care how good of a wet shaver you are, you make mistakes, right? Maybe you're doing a video like I'm doing right now, and maybe you're just not paying attention like you should, and maybe you move that razor just in a way that your skin doesn't like, or maybe a certain part of your face or your head doesn't like, and you do it, and because you got a good cream, that blade glides right over that bump or that mole or whatever that it normally would catch. And that's probably what's happening right now. So, if anybody has any good suggestions about future abolishment of stenches that one wants to remove from the inside of their nose, I'm open to suggestions. Preferably something that doesn't burn, like gasoline. Because I kind of felt like, if I were, I give like a practical scent. Whenever I tell you guys that I review a soap and I say, oh, this smells like, leather coat or whatever. Practically speaking, man, that seems a little bit dry, actually. Practically speaking, I'm going to say it really felt like somebody took the inside of the sun and put it inside both nostrils. Yeah, it pretty much did. So, not a lot of fun. Not a lot of fun. The fun scale, I'm going to have to say this, the scale on putting that shit up your nose, I'm going to have to give that a minus 12. Because it's just not, it's not recommended. At least for this soap. I mean, shit, I've got almost 30 soaps. Maybe there's one where that's really great for. You know, who knows? Maybe that'll work great for that. Although it's unscented, so probably wouldn't do much in the realm of obliterating the stinky sour milk scent. But anyway, that's not what it's intended for. Which incidentally brings me to another point. Now I see why makers need to put on some of their things use as directed. Yeah, a lot of times I would take a headache medicine or something, and I would say use only as directed. What the fuck? Why would you not? Well, because there's people like me out there that, just don't pay attention. Anyway. Actually, you know what? I paid attention. I was just an idiot. So, moral of the story, don't put that shit up your nose. Or if you do, make sure it ain't mentholated. And I know I get the wrong grip on this right now. I'm just trying to reach over and get the top of my head here. I'm actually going to get a device, a different holder for that camera that I saw on Amazon that'll allow me to kind of move it in a certain way so my mirrors fold out like this. But if I do that, it kind of locks everything. So if I do that, I can see all around my head. So I'm kind of flying blind here, as it were, with the back of my head. But you know what? I've been doing this for so long. I can tell when I'm getting what I need to get. Incidentally, so I'd like to hear from some of you head shavers out there. What do you guys like to use for razors on your head? I actually prefer the slant bar. It really, really, really works well for me. I say that. Watch me rip my fucking head open. But no, it does. It works really, really well. I like the slant bar better for my head than I do use on my face. I prefer an open comb for my face, actually. But I use a nice this slant bar here with a fresh feather blade in it, man, and I usually get some kick-ass shaves on my head out of that. So, anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and get cleaned up here. We'll come back with some final remarks on tonight's video. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. We did a cleanup pass and took care of the old dome here. The thing looks nice and smooth. Incidentally, for the shave tonight, we used Taylor of Old Bond Street, Sandalwood. I used a pre-shave Phoenix Ice pre-shave mentholated soap. Went with the Omega S-Brush synthetic, always a good choice. With the Beechwood handle, excuse me. Went with the German 37 Razor Rock slant bar with our feather blade first use. And incidentally, tonight we're going to go with a really heavy scented aftershave. We're going to go with Han Polo by Crown King. Now, this stuff is really heavily scented. I'm going to throw some on my face. Oh, I love this stuff. So, all right, so that's the shave. Ultimately, tonight was just kind of a head shave, just to see how you guys doing, say hey, and wish you guys a good shave tonight. If you do some this evening, I hope you guys have a good shave. Remember, my warning, don't put this shit up your nose. Thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.